main tank, please be a gunbreaker or paladin. If no one else wants to main tank, I will do it. Roman will do it. Okay. Need a volunteer for duelist. If you'd like to duel, please set your chat mode to alliance and roll /dice. My only requirement for duelists is that you have cleared DRS at least once. If you'd like to duel, again, set your chat mode to alliance, roll /dice. All I ask is that you have 1 DRS clear under your belt. Okay, I'm gonna give it until 2 minutes past the hour for anyone else to roll. Again, self proceed to third ones, feel free to roll. I'm happy to accept people who want to proc duel as long as you are not progging the instance as a whole. Okay, OnlyFans will be our duelists. I have someone who's willing to lead golems for me. This is someone in parties D, E, or F. Okay, On is over there. I'm sure something will happen. Okay, melee DPS. I need volunteers for Rend 1 and Rend 2. If you are willing to bring Rend armor, please say so in Alliance chat. We have a Rend 1. I need a volunteer for Rend 2. If I do not get another, I will assign someone else. Rend 2. Rending is very easy. It just means instead of using Banner of Honored Sacrifice to amplify your personal damage, you're going to use Lost Rend armor every minute in order to increase everyone's damage by 10%. Oh wait, I put the wrong password in that. Let's see. Okay, I see a volunteer for Rend 2, Cupid, perfect. Okay, I need volunteers for Perception. OnlyFans will be on Golems. I need a volunteer for Slime's Perception and Trinity Avowed Perception. If you were the Slime's Percept, all that means that you're going to leave the box instead of with your normal starting actions, with the actions Mimic and Lost Perception. If you are the Trinity of Avowed Perception, all this means is that inside your holster you're going to carry an extra perception that you slot after Phantom. Perception, perfect. I will take Percept, I guess. Okay. Should not need any bubbles. Flare Star. If you are a Black Mage who has another caster in your party and you would like to Flare Star, feel free. There's literally only one person. So Fane, if you want to bring Flare Star, feel free. You don't have to though. Okay, do you want to bring Flare Star? Perfect. If you would like to use Banish, I need one healer who can Banish. Perfect. Thank you, ideally nobody. Now for the hard part. I need DPS who are going to be the physical or magical batteries. All this means is that if you are bringing an advancement of chaining holster, you're going to bring Lost Excellence for one fight, removing 1 minute from the holster. If you're willing to be a battery, please say so. We do have a physical duelist, so I would like physical batteries if possible. Terror, please, no. Okay, I will have, Jezebel be our QT battery. Terror, if you want to do our, Terror, you're on a physical job, right? Yeah. Okay, Terror, you can be the TA battery. Jezebel, you're going to be the Queen's Guard battery.
Am I gonna be the TA battery?
Yes, you are. Terror is going to be the, Trinity Avowed battery.
So that means that I just leave a heroism chilling in my holster all the way to TA, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
So you bring 2 mimics and an excellence instead of 3 mimics. Okay, do I have a volunteer for Queen battery? If not, um, it is what it is. Meekin, Griffin. Um, I don't think we have any magical batteries. But it is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna go and post our roster in my thread. Please go ahead and make sure that you have everything you need. Um, I'm gonna go over a couple things real quick. But before we do that, I'm gonna try and balance out the parties. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have Onyx Moon. Go ahead and leave and join Alliance D for me. So Onyx Moon, if you could leave the Alliance and then join Alliance D for me and unlock the slot. And then I need, let's see. If I can have Volted Buzzbeam, if you could leave the Alliance and join Alliance A for me. Again, Volted Buzzbeam, thank you. And then if I could have a Drago Jawbreaker, leave the Alliance and join Alliance C for me. Oh, sorry, I put the wrong name. You were bringing first star. Fame. There we go. Oh, we have an Ori. Cool. Um... Drago, if you could leave and join Alliance C for me. We had Volta Busby, who is going to join Alliance A. So again, Drago, if you could leave and join Alliance C, and then, we have that slot, Volty in Alliance A, if you could please join back. Thank you. And this way we will have Limit Break 3 in all the parties except one. I'm gonna go over a couple things real quick. First of all, and make sure all these slots are perfectly unlocked for anyone who may want to join. So, real quick reminders for everyone. First of all, this is Savage content. My goal is always to keep this as accessible as possible, but there are a couple hard requirements that you do have to make sure you meet. Number one is a pure essence. Pure essences are required to survive the raid lines. They're also required in order to deal a decent amount of damage. They are the highest damage increases you can get outside of a couple meat setup. Please ensure that you have a pure essence for your role. You're going to use this at the start of the instance every time we instance in. Additionally, please make sure you have re-razors. Re-razors are also required as they're the best way to get people off the ground. Inside DRS, there is a raise restriction. There are only so many ways that we can get you off the ground if you do die. These re-raisers will give you a 70% chance to come back to life with a special type of invulnerability that lets you walk out of death walls. Please make sure that if you die, you pop a new re-raiser after walking out of whatever killed you. You also want to have one of these active at the start. Finally is lost actions. Lost actions are also a hard requirement. There are many mechanics that require lost actions to resolve. For example, stuff like Dispel, Reflect. These are hard required. In addition to meet the damage checks, lost actions are also required. Please make sure that you are using your lost actions. If you do not know how to use your lost actions, please look in my holsters. There is a guide on how to use them next to each action. As a reminder, if you are the only caster in your party, you are using Cure 4. Cure 4 is a massive heal. This will massively heal your party, about 10 times stronger than the average white mage heal. So please make sure you're using it after any sources of damage. Additionally, please make sure to keep its bravery buff up. This bravery buff is a 10% damage increase for your party, and it lasts for 1 minute. Please make sure to keep this buff up on your party to keep them dealing damage and keep them healthy. For your physical range DPS, please ensure that you are bringing Dervish. Dervish is a huge damage increase for your party, and with 2 physical range DPS, you can keep it up with a 100% uptime. If you have 3 or more physical range in your party, one of them can bring a melee style loadout with Honored Sacrifice instead of Dervish. But yeah, please make sure 2 physical range DPS, if you have them, are both using Dervish. If you only have 1 physical range, then that's fine. You just have 1 Dervish. Rend armor users. You're going to be rending in the order that is assigned. Sorry about that. Yeah, rend armors you're gonna do in the order that was assigned, with Meekin using it first and Cupid using it second. What this means is that at the start of the fight, Meekin is going to use theirs. Cupid, you're going to wait until Meekin's rend falls off and then use yours. Once you use it for the first time, you can basically use it off cooldown. Just make sure that Meekin is using theirs first, and then Cupid, you're waiting for theirs to fall off. Finally, everyone should make sure to use their damage actions. Pretty much everyone is assigned damage actions with their starting actions, so please make sure you're using them. All damage actions should be held for 2 minutes. So use all your damage actions, whether they're 2 minute or 1 minute or 90-second cooldown, for your 2 minute window. All your buffs are multiplicative, so stuff like Font of Power and Banner of Honored Sacrifice is not just a 30% plus a 55%. It is 130% plus 100 times 155%. It is a massive damage increase that will make your damage much stronger. So please make sure to be using your damage actions. As a final reminder, if you're wondering how to read the holsters, go ahead and look in my thread. There's a quick GIF that you can watch. There's a pre-pop that contains your starting actions, as well as your pure essence and your re-raising. Go ahead and save that. Then you can start making your in-instance holster. This has everything that you're going to use for the rest of the instance. I'm gonna go ahead and run a ready check. Once you have everything you need, please say ready to this. If you are missing something, please ask for it in alliance chat. There is surely someone out there who can give you what you need. Again, once you have everything you need, please stay ready. If you are missing something, please ask an alliance team. Surely someone will have it. Thank you. Oh, white curtains. Let me see that question. I don't own any. Let me check my retainer, I guess. Come to Crow, Doom and Enclave, I might have some. I normally have a lot more stuff, but, I recently appraised all my, fragments, so that I could farm them all back up. Oh yeah, I have a couple stacks if you want. You can- Yeah, come to Crow, Dome and Enclave, I will come trade you some. Oh yeah, if there's no magic batteries, then just bring normal caster stuff. Um, you'll have plenty of space for re-razors, ether kits, whatever you need. Or you can bring supportive actions like lost re-razors for other people. Enjoy your moonlights. Yeah, it's okay. I saw you TP and then I TP'd there, so. Again, one quick last check to make sure you have everything you need in your holsters. If you are missing something, please say so now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to queue us in at 20 past the hour. That is in 2 minutes. If you have a couple extra slots in your holster, feel free to use like one extra light curtain. Add one extra light curtain, one extra resistance potion. Or light curtains means that you can cover extra rolls that a healer would normally cover, or keep yourself safe during cleaning. Oh, you're missing gambling. Well, if we clear tonight, then we'll get a gambler. Okay, Party Finder is going down. I am queuing us in. Please tap back into the game. Tap back into the game and hit commence, please. Don't be cringe, don't make us wait. It comes from your queen chest. Did you not get your queen chest? Oh, that would do it. Unlucky. Please tap back in and hit commence for me. Tap in, hit commence. Okay, perfect. Welcome into DRS. You've cleared the hardest check of the instance. At this time, please ensure that you do not go down to the cooling pads once this baby gate drops. watch your cutscene, and then do not touch the glowing pads. Time, go ahead and open your Lost Finds holster and pop a Pure Essence and Re-Razor if you already have that in there. If you don't already have that in there, go to the Lost Finds cache and activate one. Again, Pure Essences and Re-Razors are required. If you do not have these, there's a good chance I'll just ask you to be left on the ground and not be around. At this time, you are a physical DPS who has excellent font of power. Just put a triangle over your head. If you're a tank with BR put a square over your head. And if you are a caster who has excellent font of magic, put a circle, but I don't think we have any. Again, do not touch the glowing pads. Once you go down on the glowing pads, there is no way to come back to this Lost Finds cache. Once you have your Pure Essence, Re-Razor, and 2 starting actions equipped, go ahead and load up your in-instance bolster. That should have stuff like all the actions you will need for the instance. At this time, Tanks, please talk it out who is using Ether Shield. Only one tank in each party needs to use Ether Shield. The backup tank can have one Ether Shield and Pulse Shiver in case the main tank goes down. Additionally, casters. If there are multiple casters in your party, talk out who is using Pure Form. Only one per party really needs Pure Form. If you would like to have multiple casters in your party using Cure 4, just in case, feel free. It is a good safety net, but if you want to optimize your damage, feel free to only have one caster using Cure 4 in your party. Finally, healers, please make sure you have both Steel Sting and Spellforge. The majority of healers are solo healing, you are the only healer in your party, so you will need to give out, you will need to do the stealing and spelling yourself. However, if there are both, if you have 2 healers in your party, please also bring both just as a backup piece in case your other healer does not remember. If you're worried about solo healing because you don't really heal that much, don't worry because most of the healing actually comes from the Cure 4 casters. The hardest part about solo healing is that you have to react to the Steel Sting or Spellforge during Queen's Guard. Okay, for any casters who are wanting to bring an advanced loadout, we actually have 2 caster batteries now. We will have Ori Direct battering at Queen, and we will have Hardbind battering at Trinity Avowed. Yeah, an advanced holster drops most of the Re-Razors to bring mimics. So what you're gonna do is you'll just bring 2 mimics, and then you'll bring more of your main actions, so stuff like Cure 4, Banner of Honored Sacrifice, Chain Spell. And it's just a way to deal way more damage while not, burning people's weight and gil too much. Yeah, Ori will be the battery at Queen, Hardbind will be the battery at Trinity Avowed. Okay, once you have everything you need in your holster, go ahead and go back to your party's waymark. Go ahead and buddy check your party members. Make sure everyone has a pure essence active that will last you for the entire instance. And make sure everyone has a re-raiser active. That means they will jump back to life if they die. 70% of the time. Also, just give a quick glance over people's actions. Make sure they have reasonable stuff equipped. If you don't know why someone has the actions that they have, please ask them. Either you or they will learn something today. Yep, we only have magic batteries for Trinea about and Queen. Casters will be skipping Queen's Guard for Mimic Chain. Again, once you have everything, please go back to your party's Waymar. Gonna do a couple quick checks, make sure people have actions. First of all, William, you have Font of Skill or Blood Lineage for Queen, correct? Okay, or you can bring 3 Chain Spell to Mimic. And that will get you through, that will give you big damage on 3 flanks. Okay. Owen, I assume is good. Now, for slimes and golems, can I get a quick check of how many tanks we have on golem side? If you are tank in parties D, E, or F, please step to the side off your party's waymark for a second. Okay, you guys have 4 tanks, that's very easy. I know we have plenty of tanks on the slime side. Perfect. Just have one or the other, William. If you want a Font of Spell, go ahead. If you want a Blood Rage, do that. As long as you can still have the busters, so I don't have to. Can I just confirm that Mikana has Precept currently equipped as well as Own? Just sound off in yell chat. I see Mikan has it. I see that Own has it. I have Precept in my holster. Thane is our only Flare Star user. Please make sure no one else other than Thane is using Flare Star. And ideally no one has damage. This fucking guy has... Okay, finally equipped the last action. That's fire. This guy had no reminiscence buff. That's fire. Okay. I think we're all good. At this time, if you're in parties D and F, please go into Discord and drop down one voice channel. Join DRs East if you're in parties D, E, and F.
Hello, hello. Let me go back up real quick to see if Opal is letting us drop down, or if she wants to do. All right, go for it. Drop on down. I do this very, very simply. If you're a tank and know what you're doing, grab a golem. please opt for red if you can, if you know what you're doing. This way we can have someone new grab a green or blue and just figure out what's going on. Thank you, Wobble. Yeah, that is red. Again, if you know what you're doing on golems, just please go to a spot. We got 3 tanks over here. Okay, that is perfect. Yeah. Where is our 4th tank? Do we not have a 4th tank?
We have
Strong.
4.
They're all on top of rocks right now.
Oh my god, I swear I did not see you there. That's what we get for being a fucking lala. Okay, Strong Arm, do you know what you're doing here? Sorry if I don't recognize every name. Only this one before. Okay, you have a super easy job. You are going to provoke your golem and head to this room, and yours will be the first to die. No mechanics, you will get a tank buster that needs to be assunted. You can just lightly mitigate, and that's really it. Mercury Greaves, do you know what you are doing on this golem?
No, sorry, I thought this was southwest. Which room is this one going to? I have the sheet up.
Yeah, you are headed to the white room, which is this flag right here.
Okay.
All you have to... Do you know what you're doing there?
It does the tank buster like Golem 1, so invuln that or whatever. Don't interrupt the first cast of Metamorphose.
There is no tank buster.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of... Yeah, it's just kind of like a raid wide. We just have to DPS down, but we have so much DPS it's not going to matter.
Okay.
Yeah,
So just take it to room 2 and then stand on the pad, or have it stand on the pad.
yeah, and it's got a metamorphosis once, and then it needs to just stay white.
Okay, so after it metamorphoses once, start interrupting all the casts afterward, or does it not use that ability again?
We might see it a second time.
Okay, I'll interrupt it.
Depends how fast thing moves. Put your tank stance on, and remember to provoke, and then that's pretty much it. Wobble,
thank you.
do you know? Yep. Do you know what you're doing here, Wobble? I don't know if I've seen you before. Okay, I'm just gonna let you do it. Now we'll get somebody there for you. William Drake, are you comfortable with the green golem? Yeah, we'll get someone there for you. I'll get someone in the green room too. Okay, can I get this Akater to come with Wobble? Right over here on this green golem in the southeast. Vis, do you know what you're doing there? No. Okay. Perfectly fine. You are going to be following Wobble to this room, and all you have to do is there's going to be a cast of Metamorphosis, and it's interruptible. Let it go off once. And, sorry, I'm reading part of chat. Let it go off once, and then it needs to be interrupted every single time. You need to use your head graze or whatever Bard has, and keep interrupting it. Yeah, we need to keep it red, but make sure when it turns red, you aren't targeting it and no auto attacks, because if you get to tether, chances are you're going to die. We need Wobble to have the tether. Once he provokes it, everything is smooth from there. You have any questions on that? Did I flag that room for you? Okay, yeah, I did flag that room. Do we want... William, are you comfortable interrupting, or should we get someone with you? Yes, Vis, you're just interrupting the Metamorphosis cast. After it goes off once, we need that golem to turn red, and then you will interrupt every single time. William, what do you say? Are you comfortable interrupting this room, or do you want a ranged with you? Okay, lovely. Can we get healers? We have one. Let's get some healers spread amongst the golems. If someone's in your party, yeah, thank you, Chad. Chad, do you know what to do there? You're just healing, and then about 20 seconds in, there's going to be a tank buster on strong arm, and they just need an Asuna, and just keep them up. Yeah, okay. Okay, is it okay if I'm switched with a 9 range? Yeah, if you, I mean, so I just got a PM from Vis. I'm gonna call you out. It's not a big problem. If you're not comfortable, it's okay. That's fine. Just let me get. Is there any ranged who's comfortable hanging out with the red golem? It's very simple. All right, Onyx, you're gonna head over here and switch with Vis. Yeah, it's very simple. You just have to interrupt the metamorphosis cast. After it happens once, golem's gonna turn red, and then interrupt it every time then. Yeah, don't. It's super close, Wobble. If I wouldn't. We have so much DPS, I wouldn't expect you to do that. You have any crush? Okay, nice. We got healers in every room. Could we just get a healer? I'm just gonna take somebody. Oh, we are out of healers. That's okay. Wobble, you'll be alone for a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. I just like somebody watching, just in case. Jezebel, I'm gonna assume you know what you're doing there. Eric, do you know what you're doing? Do you have any idea what's going on the north hallway tank? I can explain everything that happens up there if you need, buddy. I'm not gonna get an answer from that. Okay, please do. I'm not gonna bother. Okay, for the rest of you, whoever is new, just jump over here. I forgot to check for traps. Trap there. If you are brand new and have no idea what is going on, just come with me. Okay, that's lovely. So, what you guys are going to be doing is you are going to be DPSing down our golems. We'll be starting in this room. The golems need to die on the pads. So you can DPS this blue one down first before it gets on the pad, but there won't be much time. The only danger is someone interrupts for you while you are running towards the golem. Yes, exactly. So this blue room has no mechanics. I will call out mechanics as needed. The only thing I want you guys to just be wary of for this blue golem, don't use your big bursts. Hold on to your big bursts. For the white room, it's not 100% needed, especially with all the DPS we have. It's just a good thing to know. You hold your burst for the white room because it has a cast at 30%. We need to DPS down. So just use your 1 and 2s and 3s. Like Wobble said, wiggle check. You can get AFK kicked here. Please don't. So we're going to start in this room and then go counterclockwise to the white room, then up to the green room, and then we are going to the red room, but we will not be killing. There is a trout there. There is a trap in the southwest room. Let me check over here. A trout, yes, exactly. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so traps are southwest, mid, and north. I will be percepting. Please do not go. Yes, let me get the trouts first. Please do not go into the southwest room until I percept. I will do mid first, and then head up to the red room so they can start kiting if it's up there. Again, I try to just make this as simple as possible. I don't want you guys to concentrate on every mechanic, especially if you're new. I think we have mostly comfortable tanks and healers and all that kind of stuff. Just want you to do. No, I'm going too long. Let's do ready checks real quick, and then we're just going golems ready. It's too easy. Whatever party I'm in is ready. No, don't, yeah, let me find the traps, and we'll just leave them in there. F ready. D ready. Do we have 3 parties here? We do. E, how we looking? Eric, we're just waiting on you. Okay. Alright, so again, when the countdown happens, I'll be opening the door, percepting the middle. Do not run into the southwest room yet. All tanks stance on. We got William. I'm so sorry for my shit calls. I don't do this often. Okay. Yeah, golems is very easy. Okay, all traps are percepted. Just please avoid them. Alright, get this onto the pad, and we're going to start in the blue room. And now just DPS it down. Again, don't use your 2 minutes. Watch out for this tank buster. Hallway golems are going to spawn in about 5 seconds. And as we pass through from room to room, just give the hallway golems a little tap. Interrupt casts in your room if it needs to be. Okay, we got red. Okay, we are looking good. Now everybody head to the white room. Again, if you have a dot or something, you can just pass by and give these guys a little love tap. They're very tanky. Also, our healers, please keep an eye on them. There is no trap in this room, so we can just DPS it down. And build gauge here too. Don't use your gauge actions. We can really use them for a Trinity Seeker, the first boss. Compaction, we just got to get it done before it happens. Metamorphosis, please interrupt. Alright, and then, yep, just show the hallway golems a little love. We'll be coming back to them in a second. Opal is very good at slime, so they're going to be done quickly. If there's no wipe. Alright, before we head into the red room, E and F, just help the north hallway golem, just get them all down, and D, head to the south real quick, and let's just get this golem killed. Another one might spawn in a second, and please somebody keep an eye on Jezebel. Okay, yep, let's just kill this second one down here real quick. This way Jezebel doesn't have anything to worry about. And then we will head up to the wed room. Okay, you're fine there. Alright, everyone into the red room except for our hallway tanks. And, oh wow, this thing is almost dead. No dots, please, interrupt that. And then let's get this thing down to 20%. Please avoid the traps. It will kill people. It's not like that. Alright, stop DPS, and now let's help out our hallway golems. Oh, rupture, never mind, head back into the red room. Once Wobble gets this back on the pad, please stop DPS. Then we just DPS it down and kill it. There we go, kill it. You know what to do there, Wobble. Lovely. Alright, now head into the hallways. Golems are going to start spawning very fast. Just please, for the love of God, watch out for this trap. We just need to kill hallway golems at this point. Build your gauge, build your gauge. I did not build my gauge, and there it is. Make sure nobody's dead. No DCs. If there is a DC, please let me know. E is good. D is good. Yeah. Opal does not fuck around. Alright, grab your chest here after we land, and then head back into the slimes chat.
Yo, I heard Eric Dingleford is called. Let's go. At this time, go to the bottom of the stairs. You'll notice that there are 2 personal chests down here. All loot in DRS is personal. I will tell you where the chests are, but I cannot grab them for you. Please make sure you grab your own loot. All personal chests are, as the name suggests, personal. Okay, at this time, everyone please turn off your tank stances. If you turn on your tank stance, please turn it off. The only person who should have it on is William Drake, who will be our main tank for today. William, do you have your info? Yep, that was, how slime dealing. Okay, William has info, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go over a couple things for Trinity Seeker. Keep in mind, Trinity Seeker is very similar to normal mode. So if you've done normal mode, you kind of know what you're expecting from Trinity Seeker. It's just a lot faster. I am going to quickly post a slideshow for you, in my thread. The slideshow is basically word for word what I'm going to be doing with our, This slideshow basically has word for word my explanations. Sometimes it's a little more expanded on than my explanations. If you're a visual learner, I highly recommend following along. It is linked now. If you're new, I highly recommend clicking in, as this is basically where all my explanations will come from. Okay. So Trinity Seeker is very simple. Again, it's very similar to normal mode. There's basically only one mechanic that is new. As far as important mechanics go, the one you're going to see the most is probably Seasons of Mercy. This is a set of 4 mechanics, back to back basically. It is a checkerboard set of line AoEs that you're going to have to dodge. Then there is a gaze mechanic. For this gaze mechanic, I recommend placing your back to whichever marker I say the orb is on, or whichever one I say to look away from. After the gaze mechanic, there's another set of checkerboard line AoEs that you'll have to dodge. And then finally, at the end of the mechanic, there's a giant bloom that will double in size. Please be at least one marker. Please be away from the marker I said the bloom is on, or take it away from. An example call for Seasons of Mercy will be dodge ice and look away from 1, dodge ice again and look away from 4. So again, please be ready to resolve this if you have to drop GCDs, do so. Your life is more important than a couple GCDs. Especially in Gearhack, where most of your damage comes during your 2-minute windows. There are a couple other mechanics. New to Savage is the Freak Dashes. There will be 4 big explosions on the outside of the arena, followed by massive line areas. This is a downtime mechanic. You will need to stop and get out of melee range when this happens. There are a couple other mechanics that we may or may not see. For example, Iron Splitter. The boss is going to jump onto one color, either the blue brick or the brown sand, and you'll have to get to the opposite. This may have other mechanics with it, for example, a 4-fold Mercy or a set of Earthshakers. Otherwise, the most important thing is during 4-fold Mercy, please make sure to listen to callouts. Oh no, Owen, your TS damage is going to be low. But yeah, during 4-fold Mercy, please make sure that you are moving along with callouts. If you see an orange under your feet, it is too late to move. So please be sure that you are moving ahead of time. Don't just wait for the orange to appear. If you're wondering, I will call 4-fold Mercy, Boss Relative, and Marker Relative. What that means is that I will say something like a back, back, front, front. When I say that, I am talking about the back of the boss and the front of the boss, not the back of the arena or the front of the arena. Additionally, if there is a chance that there is a more complicated crossover pattern, as we like to call it. So if the sword on 1 glows, then the sword towards 3 glows, that is called a crossover. for those, I will call them markers. So I will say to go towards 3, 1, 2, 4, for example. What that means is you're going to go towards the markers that I call, in that order. With that said, again, please everyone turn off your tank stances if you are not William Drake. Once you are ready, come jump on the Seaway marker. I'm gonna give a quick reminder. Yes, what is your question? What's your question? Please ask it. Yeah, the involvement is for the first tank buster. The second one will pretty much always miss you. Okay, I'm gonna give a quick reminder for lost actions. Again, please use your lost actions. This content is balanced around the damage that lost actions provide. So stuff like Fauna Power, Chain Spell, all of that. You're gonna want to use it together, and you're gonna want to use it as often as possible. Please make sure that you are using your 90-second cooldowns with your 2-minute cooldowns. These buffs are multiplicative, so don't waste something like Honored Sacrifice every 90 seconds. Use it every 2 minutes instead. And again, additionally, real quick, I'm going to show you how much stronger Cure 4 is at this time. So at this time, if the healers in the party could go ahead and throw a heal on your parties, just do an AoE heal on your parties real quick. Go ahead and look at how much HP that recovers. Just throw out an AoE heal on your parties, show them how much that heals, and then Cure 4 casters use your Cure 4 to show how much more that heals than a healer. Cure 4 casters, you are the real healers for your party. You should be healing after any source of internal damage. I ask for every Cure 4 healer, caster to bring 1 heal every fight, and you want to use, ideally want to use as many charges of that as possible. Yep, exactly. We are already, I'm going to start a 30-second countdown. Go ahead and use Raid Food if you have it. Raid Food gives you free damage, free health. Also, if you have them, we're going to want to use Raid Potions in our openers. Stuff like your Grade 8 Tinctures, as low as Grade 5 also works. Just use them in your openers for big damage. Healers, if you have mitigation, don't worry about using it during raid fights. Go ahead and pull the boss. This boss starts with a raid line. Again, don't over-mitigate. There are only so many buffs that you can have at a time, and you don't want to use up those slots on stuff like mitigation. If you're casters, make sure to heal up your parties right now. Next up is our first Fourfold Mercy, followed by a Seasons of Mercy. I'm going to tell you where it is safe. Again, I will tell you where it is safe. We're starting towards 3. Easy. Get to the back of the boss for 2 slashes and then to the front of the boss for 2 slashes. Back of the boss for 2 slashes and then move to the front for 2 slashes. Slash 1. Slash 2, move to the front of the boss. After this, say Seasons of Mercy. Dodge ice and look away from 1. Dodge ice again and move towards 1. Move towards the 1-way mark. After this, get under the boss's hitbox. Come together, get under the boss's hitbox. Cure 4s, if your party got hit by that mechanic, make sure to heal them up. After this, everyone get away from the front of the boss. William point the boss towards the Baron. Stay away from William. William involved. Continue to stay away from William Drake. They are taking a solo buster. If you're with them, you or they will die. Probably both of them. Everyone who's not William Drake can go ahead and stack up. Next up is a chain mechanic just like the boss. Please wait for the chain icon to disappear before moving. I'll tell you into names. So we stack up with these chains. Wait, don't break them yet. Don't move. Go ahead and run and break them. Also get behind a barrier. Break your chains and get behind any barrier. Get behind any barrier. Go ahead and get back in on the boss. Get back in on the boss. They're going to be big explosions on the outside of the arena. big explosion on the outside of the arena. Get back in towards the center. We're going to be running away from the boss next. We're going to run away towards 3. Get out towards the 3 wing. We're going to follow around towards 2. Get behind the barrier at 2. Get behind the barrier at 2. Behind the barrier at 2 is safe. And get back in on the boss. Use your 2 minutes now. Use your 2 minutes now. Go ahead and stack up towards the 2 wing. Stack up towards the 2 wing. Remove tier 4 heal up your parties if they got hit and continue staying stacked. Next up is a set of line areas that will be baited. All you have to do is move out of these line areas. Very easy, very simple. Wait, here comes the hardest mechanic. Walk out of the line areas, walk out of the line areas. After the say Iron Splitter, get on Blue Brick. Get on Blue Brick anywhere on the arena. Blue Brick anywhere on the arena. As soon as this goes off, get inner cardinal of the boss. Be diagonal from the boss. Do not be in front of it, behind it, or to the side. Get inner cardinal of the boss. Smack melee is safe but scary. And get back in. Boss is jumping middle. Get back in towards the center of the arena for more EP fashion. Again, get back in towards the center for these EP fashion. This is a free dashes with a 4-fold mercy. We're going to get out towards A. Get out towards the A marker. Out towards A, rotate around with the explosion. This is a crossover pattern. We're going 3-1, 3-1-2-4. Get back in on the boss and go 3-1-2-4. 3-1-2-4 is safe. 3-1-2-4, crossover 1, 1, 2, and then cross to 4. We're gonna dodge ice and look away from 2. Dodge ice is gonna move towards 1. Move towards 1. Go and stack up for these chains. Come together for these chains, and then run away to break the chain. Run away to break these chains. Once the chain is broken, come back together for a raid run. Go and point the boss towards the, get away from the floor one. Floor one, don't even move. Just get away from the floor one. Boss is gonna jump back middle in just a second. Upcoming is the most deadly mechanic in this fight. This is 4-fold mercy with an Iron Splitter. You're going to have to resolve Iron Splitter, then resolve 2-fold mercy, then resolve Iron Splitter again. And you're starting to get 3. Easy. Get to the right of the boss for 2 slashes, then the left. But first, we're going to have to get on a Blue Brick. Get on Blue Brick. Under the boss is safe. Under the boss, then right for 2 slashes. Right for 2 slashes, then move to the left of the boss. And get on a brown sand. Get on brown sand. Brown sand is safe. We're gonna have one more visit random followed by seasons. Get on Blue Brick under the boss is safe. Blue Brick under the boss is safe. After this, we're going to have to dodge ice and look away from 2. You're gonna have to dodge ice and then lions. Dodge ice then lions and get towards the south. Run south, dodge ice then lions. Come back together. Next up is a raid bite followed by a hot wing. Get under the boss at this time. Your boys, make sure to heal up your party. Get under the boss at this time. Make sure you're under the boss, in front of it and behind it are also safe, but under it is the safest place to be. Perfect. Boss is gonna jump back middle. Next up is going to be a knockback or hide followed by a 4-fold mercy on a clone. When hold damage, we're getting knocked back towards 1 or 2, get towards the north and stop attacking. Get knocked back into the barrier at 2. Stay towards 2, then go towards 1. Stay towards 2 for 2 slashes, then go towards 1 for 2 slashes. Stay on the 2 side for 2 slashes, and then move to the 1 side after 2 slashes. 1, 2, move across towards 1. 1, 2, go and stack up for chains. Stack up, wait, move. Go and break those chains. Healers, check and see if you have LB3. Check and see if you have LB3. Come back together for a raid run. Do not attack, keep holding your damage. Heal everyone back up. Next up, go and get towards the barrier on blue. Get towards the barriers. We're going to get knocked back or hide with a iron splitter. Wait. We're going to get knocked back into the barrier, but first. Get in front of a barrier on Blue Brick. Get on Blue Brick. get on blue brick in front of a barrier. Blue brick in front of a barrier. Healers, at this time, if you have LB3 after the knockback, walk towards the middle and LB3. And then we're gonna kill the boss. Go and kill the boss now. Perfect. There are only 2 bodies, be careful of going ahead. There are explosive and poison traps ahead of the boss. Wait for a preceptor to find them. Healers, if you would like to arise someone, please stand on top of their body before slotting in a rise. Additionally, please ensure you do not go towards that glowing pad. Please go to the right of the arena. Take the hallway to the right. Do not go straight ahead. There are only a couple exceptions to this. If you are in OnlyFans party, please listen to them. They may have some of you give them buffs for the duel. And if you need help wrangling, let me know. One other important thing, please do not touch Dahu. If we pull Dahu early, our duelists will not get their double damage bonus and will not even have a chance at it. I'm gonna ask that everyone please come back towards these doors back here if you're at Dahu's arena. Get back here towards the doors if you're at Dahu's arena. Owen, feel free to wrangle the party. Again, if you need help, let me know. Okay, I'm gonna explain all you will ever need to know about Dahu, okay? So please look at the arena. This countdown is not for Dahu. Don't approach Dahu. Just look at the markers on the place, okay? So this fight is all about the B, the A, and the D, okay? All you have to do is not stand in bad. There's just gonna be a lot of orange. Just get out of the bad. Very easy. I could legitimately call 90% of this fight by just saying don't stand in bad. At this time, feel free to approach the Dahu arena, but do not pull Dahu. Go and come into Dahu's arena and pull the boss. Again, feel free to pull the boss. We are engaging. If you have at least 5 charges of Fauna Power, if you have 6 or more charges of Fauna Power, please use them. If you have extra charges of actions, 6 of Banner or Taunt, first of all, move out of way. Dodge more orange, and if you have excess charges, as long as you have at least 6 charges for Queen's Guard, you are fine. Dahu's charging north, don't be in front of him. Dahu is then charging somewhere towards 4. Don't be in front of the Dahu. Get out of his big orange cone. And pull the boss back towards the middle. Next up is going to be a set of line AoEs. Please make sure to dodge them. If you aren't in the arena, by the way, don't worry, this is a trash boss, there's no going forward. Dodge the line AoEs. Next up is Spit Flame. If you get a marker above your head, find any ad and kill it. If you have a marker, find any ad, stand on top of it. Go out towards the edge, find an ad, stand on top of it. I say not doing it. Okay, next up is a left-right shockwave. Get out of the orange and then into the orange. Get out of the orange, and then move into where the orange was. At this time, find somewhere where there is no lion and get knocked back. Get knocked back to where there is no lion. Real gamers watch this, but I don't share industry secrets. Holy shit, I did this, Paladin. Get on Dahu's left shoulder. Get on Dahu's left shoulder opposite the D. Get opposite the D and follow the cones around. If you stand on D, you are now safe. Go and stand on the D ring. Perfect. Next up is ads. There will be a bunch of ads on William Drake. Please gather them onto the boss and AoE them down. Healers, please treat this as a continual tank buster on William Drake. Make sure to keep him alive, keep him healing. Again, do circles around the boss, gather them up under the boss. AoE these down, make sure to build your gauge for Queen's Guard. You want to have as much damage as possible for Queen's Guard, as that is an enraging fight. Couple more abs, make sure to finish them off. Perfect. Next up is a bit of everything. We're gonna have to dodge lions, puddles, and a left-right option. Get out of all the orange. We're gonna have to get to dodge left, get to the left, dodge puddles, and get to the right. Next up is Spit Flame. These out to any eye. Never mind. We have a couple dead. Make sure to res them. Fine, please go ahead and ensure that you have grabbed all personal chests up to this point. You should have one runner's plating of foot gear. Please make sure you have that in your inventory before dropping down, as there is no way to come back once you drop. Please also ensure we get the bodies off the ground if you're a healer. Please don't drop down until all deaths are resolved. By the way, if you missed Doku, don't worry, all you would have gotten is like one fragment of loss or something. It's really not that much. Single battery is a triangle. I think all of the ads chests have a like really low chance to drop tempo or something. I can stream on Discord. I don't really stream on Twitch, but... Okay. Go ahead and head down to the Queen's Guard Arena once you have everything you need, and all the bodies are up. A rise is a 10% chance to res, by the way. So, every rise is a 10% chance. So what you can do, Mikan, is you can rend and then, you could rend them when they're grouped up if you're rend one. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna place some markers down back here that I need one healer on each. A, B, C, E, E, and F. Of course, Square Enix is too afraid of the E and F, so we have 3 and 4 substitutes, but please stand on A, B, C, D, E, F. And I also need one healer who is on 1 for Dispel. Need a healer on A, B, C, D, E, and F, and a healer on 1. A healer on B and a healer on 1. I'll explain what we're doing here in just a moment, but... Need one more healer on B. Perfect. Okay, so if you are a healer on A, B, C, D, F, or 1, or sorry, if you're on A, B, C, D, and F, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using Reflect. This will happen at the end of the fight. I'll explain a little bit more about that. But please remember which letter you are on, which marker you are on, as it corresponds to a spot in the diagram in my thread. If you'd like to see an overhead example of what this means in game, there you go. A will go to A, B will go to B, C to C, D to D, E to E, and F for F. So on and so forth. Every healer will have to reflect 2 orb each, so you're gonna have to stand onto your first one with Reflect active, then move to your second one and reflect that as well. If you're on 1, then you're going to slot Dispel during the first phase of the fight. There's going to be a cast called Boost that the warrior does. You're going to need to spell that boost, or we will take a very heavy raid bite damage. Okay, additionally, I need 1 Kotek with William. If you would like 2 Kotek, please put an Ignore 2 above your head. Perfect. Discuss who is taking walls, who is taking mids, or if you want to do left right split, do that as well. Just make sure one of you is taking one is taking the other. Oh yeah, so, one of the bosses is going to cast a boost spell. You're then going to need to dispel the buff that it gives. It heavily increases the next raid bites damage. After the first set of adds, you can then slot over that dispel, with something like an Arise, a chain spell, etc. Okay, I'm going to start doing explanations for the bosses themselves. Again, feel free to tap into the guide if you're not already. There are a lot of mechanics to explain, and a lot of them show up later in the final fight. So please make sure you're paying attention. There will also be some mechanics I don't explain that show back in. So just make sure you're paying attention and trying to absorb as much info as possible during explanations and during the fight itself as well. So first up, go ahead and wiggle around. These explanations may take a while, so wiggle around. Perfect. At the start of the fight, we're just gonna grab these 4 guys, bring them into a cuddle puddle. They're going to do up to 2 raid bites. If we do enough damage, we'll only see 1 or even 0. Again, start of the fight, we're just gonna drag everything to the center if you are one of the 2 main tanks. Once we deal enough damage, or we see both raid bites, these guys are going to jump away. At that point, that is when we start needing Steel Sting and Spellforge for the healers. All healers should have brought both Steel Sting and Spellforge, and this is where they are used. The bosses will make themselves immune to either physical or magical damage, and you will need to apply the opposite. If you're wondering which jobs needs which, go ahead and look in the thread, as there is a simple table that shows who needs what. To make it easy, anyone who is a tank, melee, or fizz range will need to start with Spellforge. Anyone who is a caster or healer will need Steel Sting. There's some jobs that deal mixed damage and will need whichever one is required, no matter what. Notably, Paladin, Dark Knight, Ninja, Reaper, and Bard will primarily need Spellforge, but also have some stuff that will need Steel Sting. And on the flip side, Red Mage, who is a caster, also will need Spellforge if the situation calls for it for their OGCDs. So again, please make sure that you are using Steel Sting Spellforge. They are required. If you are solo healing, you can feel free to wait to pull out Steel Sting Spellforge until the tether goes out. However, if you have both healers in your party, feel free to slot those in right now, and you're going to give out the buffs during the countdown. With that said, one final thing that I'm going to recommend is to go ahead and, if you are I would recommend to go ahead and have a couple commands ready. You can go ahead and pre-type these in your chat box just in case. Or you can make a macro with both of these lines. This will automatically turn off Steel Sting or Spellforge, whichever you have on you. Because you can actually right-click off your Pure Essence, you can right-click off some buffs, so you don't want to accidentally right-click those off instead of your Steel Sting Spellforge. Don't be like me, accidentally right-clicking off my Excellence in the opener because I don't want Steel Sting Spellforge. Just use the macro, I promise it's easier. Now, with that said, there's a couple other mechanics that you should really know about. First of all is the Reversal of Forces mechanic. This is going to be a tether that goes out to the ground and to players. You will only see tethers on yourself and potentially the ground. There's a very easy way to resolve this. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Basically what this does is this reverses where you will need to go for the mechanic. So when I am calling mechanics out, I will say that tethers need to go to one place, everyone else will need to go to the other. You can check and see if you have a tether by wiggling around when I call to check for it. You can also check your debuff bar. There will be a debuff that looks like this in your debuff bar if you are tethered. The most deadly combination with this mechanic is with the bomb mechanic from the warrior. If you've done normal mode, you know all about the bombs, how you normally go to a large bomb, but if it's tethered, you go to small. Well, in this, you can also be tethered. If you want to keep track of where to go, you can use this simple image. Basically, what it boils down to is that if you see double or nothing, you go large. Otherwise, you go to a small bomb. The other big cast bar in this is Sword Omen and Shield Omen. This is a cast by the knight. It will determine whether you need to go in or out for a mechanic. For Sword Omen, it usually means a big point-blank AoE, and with Shield Omen, it usually means a knockback or to get in towards the center in some way. Now that is all for Phase 1. Phase 2 only really has one major mechanic. That is the Gunner and the Soldier, that is the Gunner's weak spot mechanic, also known as Analysis, also known as Show Your Hole. For this mechanic, the Gunner will place a circle around you with a gap on one of its sides, and any damage that hits the non-gap will give you a ruin stat. It's very important that you point your gap towards any incoming sources of damage. While you have the weak spot on you, there will be two mechanics that go out. The first is a raid arm from the center of the arena, and the second is a set of line AoPs coming from the edges of the arena. During this mechanic, if you need to drop a GCD, do so. It is more important to stay alive than to get a ruin stat. And also a couple GCDs. Again, please make sure that you are respecting mechanics. Your life is worth more than a GCD, especially in this content where races are limited. That's basically the only major mechanic for Phase 2. Finally is Phase 3. Phase 3 is after all the bosses die. They will come back into the ethereal ward space just like in normal mode. However, unlike normal mode, there's an extra set of mechanics. There's still the coat of arms that you need to respect. Don't hit the hexagonal shield as it will give you a knockback and a ruin stack. However, unlike normal mode, there are two sets of spheres that spawn. The first is the aura spheres. These aura spheres have two main mechanics, the first of which is that if they stay alive long enough, they will just randomly start killing people. So, while these are alive, please focus them down as the number one DPS priority. Additionally, when they die, they will give a big stack marker, they will give a big red marker above someone's head who has top aggro. This red marker will instantly kill someone if they do not have an invuln. So please make sure that for these aura spheres, tanks are going to fight over aggro. So for the aura spheres, I will ask all tanks to turn on their stances and fight for aggro on them. If you get top aggro on it and it dies, you will press your invuln and then turn off your stance. If you don't get the big red marker, then you're going to keep your stance on and fight for aggro on the second set. Go and wiggle around once more. The other set of orbs is the spiritual spheres. These will do AoEs around them that must be avoided and reflected back onto them. Healers, you are going to be reflecting. You're going to need to go to your starting sphere, according to the diagram, and then move to your second sphere according to the diagram once you reflect the first one. Again, healers, remember you have two orbs to reflect, not just one, so make sure you cover the first one and then to the second one. To answer your question, Mercury, all the tanks are going to split up. The slime side will go north, the golem side will go south. Any tanks who have an invuln will turn on their stances and you will fight for aggro on it, and whoever gets aggro at the end will need to invuln it. You'll know if you have to invuln by the big red spike above your head. At this time, are there any questions? Are there any questions at this time? Again, don't feel bad about asking questions. There is no bad question. No matter how dumb it may sound to you, if you have a question, someone else probably has it or has had it before. My favorite card is the Soldier, because of the cat ears and the sword. Okay, at this time, if you are ready, please step up to the Seaway marker. Step up to the Seaway marker if you are ready. So healers, if you already have Steel Sting Spellforge slotted, you're gonna give out your Steel Sting Spellforge during the countdown. If you're waiting, feel free to wait until the tether comes out to give out the respective one. I will tell you which is needed. It seems like everyone is ready. Go ahead and pop Raid Food. Mine is falling off, so yours probably is too. Additionally, if you are not Ignore 1, Ignore 2, turn off your tank stances. Make sure only Ignore 1, Ignore 2 have their stances on. I'm going to start a 30-second countdown. Again, healers, if you already have Steel Sting Spellforge out, feel free to start giving it out to anyone who needs it. I will repost the diagram now. Please make sure to use lost actions during this fight. This is an enraging fight. We need the damage. Cure forecasters, you may need to slot a new Cure for if you're low on charges. Get ready for big openers with pots and lost actions. Pull the bosses together and big openers. Big openers, tokens, everything. Get ready for a couple set of raid wines. Here comes our first raid wine. Make sure to mitigate for your party. We may not see a second set of raid wines. Bosses are going away. Okay. Hold the warrior to the wall and the knight to the center. Warrior to the wall and knight to the center. Healers, make sure you have Steel Sting Spellforge ready. We're going to need to apply Spellforge. Click off your Steel Sting buffs. Click off your Steel Sting buffs and apply Spellforge. Drop Steel Sting and apply Spellforge. Here comes our first tether mechanic. Go ahead and softly spread out if you can to see if you have a tether or not. We're going to be resolving this towards the outside of the arena. Feel free to head towards the outside of the arena for range. Check for a tether now. Check for a tether now. Get to the outside of the arena. If you have a tether, you're going to a small bomb. Others to a small bomb, everyone else to a large bomb. Others to a small bomb, everyone else to a large bomb. If you fall before your bomb does, move where one fell. If you fall before your bomb, move where one fell. And get back in on the bosses. Next up is our Dispel check. Please make sure that you are ready to dispel. Warriors casting boost, please dispel it. Please dispel the warrior. Dispel the warrior now. Pop heavy party net, heavy party net, heavy party net. Make sure to heal everyone back up. Next up is our second tether mechanic. This is going to be a wind and lightning mechanic. If you have a tether, you're going to go to a swirly wind puddle. Everyone else will go to a lightning puddle. Check for a tether now. Check for a tether now. Tethers will go to swirly wind, the rest to lightning. Puddles are appearing. There is no melee uptime. Get out to your puddle and press sprint. Press sprint now. As soon as this goes off, get under the boss. Get under the boss now. Get under the boss towards A. Under the boss just slightly towards A. Under the boss slightly towards A. This spell is going out again. This spell is going out again. Please dispel the bombs. Heavy mitigation on parties. Heavy mitigation on parties. Your forecasters heal everyone back up, please. Here comes a tank buster. Please make sure to pop submit. A little more damage on the warrior, please. Focus damage on the warrior. We're going to remain in Spellforge, but it doesn't matter. Okay, next bosses are appearing. Pull the soldier to the wall, the gunner to the center. Healers at this time, feel free to slot over your Steel Sting Spellforge. Again, healers, feel free to slot over your Steel Sting Spellforge. They are no longer needed for the rest of the instant. Here comes our first one from Spattering Mechanic. This is going to have the gap mechanic I was telling you about. Feel free to drop some downtime Feel free to drop upside if you need it. Okay, we're going to be heading out towards one of the markers. Head out to the 3 marker. Head to the 3 marker now. Head to the 3 marker now. Your gap mechanic is out. Put your gap towards the gunner in the center. Put your gap towards the gunner in the center. Gap towards the gunner in the center. And now gap to a turret on the wall. Gap to a turret on the wall. Perfect. Back in on the boss lines. Get ready for a tank buster followed by a raid line. A little more damage on the soldier. More damage on the soldier. Tank buster followed by a raid line. Make sure to keep your parties alive. Heal up your party. Make sure they stay alive. Healers, if you are in a coral and dead, please make sure to mark yourself to be a wizard. Next up is going to be our gun turrets. Main tanks are going to revoke the one closer to them. These are number 1 DPS priority for everyone else. Get ready to focus down the gun turrets. Focus down gun turrets. Main tanks, make sure to build aggro, generate enmity. You're going to invuln halfway through this cast bar if you are the main tank. Invuln now if you are the main tank who has aggro. This is your number 1 DPS priority. Here comes our raid wide, by the way. Little baby raid wide. Make sure to kill everyone through. Next up is going to be a pyretic or a freeze. This is just like CLO with the drama. Make sure to stop moving or keep moving depending on what I say. Keep moving, move in little circles. Casting is not moving. Make sure to keep moving, don't get frozen. Let's spin your daily movement check. Feel free to get back to casting, get back to damaging. There are no mechanics after this if we just kill the boss. Healers, get ready to reflect. Healers, get ready to go to your reflect positions. At this time, all tanks should turn on their tank stances. All tanks turn on your tank stances. Slimes go north, golems go south. Healers, get in your positions to reflect. Get under your spears. Focus damage on Aura's spears. Healers, reflect. Make sure to respect the arms. Do not get parried like a casual. You may get sent into a death wall or into a death room. No reflects miss beautiful. Focus damage on the ward spears. Remember to respect coat of arms, respect coat of arms. Don't greed, stop attacking. Stop attacking now. And get back to it. Our spears are about to spawn. If you have an invuln, turn on your stance. Get ready to fight for aggro. Spears are back out, healers back in position. Our spears are back. Kill them down. If you have aggro on the Aura Spear, make sure to pop your invuln, respect coat of arms, and finish off the wards. Use any charges of lost actions that you may have left. Perfect, beautiful job. At this time, focus on erasing any dead bodies and thank OnlyFans for the bonus checks. The only way we can get that hand plating is by them winning the duel. So make sure to thank the duelists for the hands. At that time, once everyone is alive, please head towards the Phantom Arena. Make sure you have grabbed your chest. And head towards the Phantom Arena. You should have a hand plating, a head plating, and a foot plating. You got 2 chests from Queensguard. Make sure to pick them both up. If you're really lucky, you might have an orderly one. Secrets of a foot, hand, or head. However, that is like a 1% chance, so if you did get it, congrats. Let me find my Phantom Rankings. There we go, perfect. Okay, at this time, During this fight, we're going to use whatever lost actions we have left equipped. Don't worry about starting new actions that will happen at Trinity Abound. Once you're ready, please cross the purple line. Have all deaths been resolved? All deaths have been resolved. Cross the purple line when you are ready. Please don't take a break here. We'll have a long break before Trinity Abound. Okay. I'm gonna set a really long hold time of 5 seconds. Get in there, use any lost actions you have left. Don't pop any lost actions, but use whatever you have left. And get back in there. I gave you plenty of time to prepare. Don't worry, nothing ever happens at Phantom, especially not at the start. Make sure your tank stances are off, only William Drake should have stance on. William, make sure to keep it back. And we are heading towards the D marker. Run all the way over towards the D area. This is going to be the donuts for normal mode. Simply follow them down. Follow the normal mode donuts all the way down. There are dots on the ground you can follow. Make sure you don't walk into the death wall, don't go too fast or too slow. Just follow the dots on the ground. Make sure you stop at the 4-way mark, don't go into the death wall. It is very funny and people laugh at you. Walk over to the 3-way mark. We're gonna be staying here for a good little bit. Make sure to build your game. Make sure to build your game. Make sure whatever gauge you have or need is built. We're gonna count 3 flashes on 4 and then move over towards 1. Again, look for 3 flashes. 1, 2, and 3. Move over towards 4 or 2 if you're insane. And finish off the boss. If your gauges are low. Okay, at this time be careful because there are traps ahead. As is the new ice spikes. Normally this is where we slot Perceptor, but I'm sure someone who is insane and not well in the head will walk ahead and pop the traps. Because that's how it usually is. Okay, so those are the traps we can pop. Down the stairs are traps we cannot pop. Wobble, I have done over 100 DRS runs in like it hasn't even been like 6 months since I started. Make sure to dodge all traps, by the way. Half of these traps are required to progress, and half of them will just kill you. What do you mean I didn't pull the kitchen sink? I popped everything Paladin had. Okay, at this point we're going to take our union mandated break. Go ahead, go take a break. Please be back by 39 past. At this time, feel free to go get some water, use the bathroom, whatever. Listen to your favorite music, and be back by 39 past. No, return will not send you the Lost Finds cache. If you try and use return, it will just tell you that you are unable to use it. Same thing with lodestones. Lodestones do nothing in here. If you didn't know, by the way, in DRN, you can actually return to the cache with return or a lodestone. But it does not work in DRS, which is why we ask you to have everything you need in the cache. I regret to inform you that this is that your union mandate break is coming to an end. You have approximately 45 seconds. Okay, your union mandated break is over. Real quick, rule around so you don't get AFK killed. Here's what I need. If you were the Ether Shield tank, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your weakest action. If you have a banner, you're gonna replace that. If you're Blood Rage, you're going to replace your Font of Power. So again, find your weakest action and slot Shell over it. What you're gonna do is in your parties, you're gonna give out a Shell 2 to your entire party. If you do not have access to Shell 2, please let someone else apply it for your party. Once you have Shell 2, step across the purple line. Again, once you have Shell 2, step across the purple line. If your party only has Shell 1, please stay behind the purple line and we will replace it for you. Tanks, once your party has been shelled, feel free to give it out to people who don't have it yet behind the purple line. Again, once you have Shell, please step across the purple line. Tanks, if someone in your party right-clicks off their Shell, please don't worry about it. They probably know what they're doing. I would trust them, and don't bother reapplying it, just let them get rid of it. Okay, perfect. This is your last chance. If you do not have Shell, say something now or forever hold your peace. Ultimately, it just means your Cure 4s are gonna have to work a little bit harder. Okay, at this time, Ether Shield tanks, you're going to slot in your lost Ether Shield over your lost Shell. Replace that lost Shell with a lost Ether Shield. That is required for all raid fights in this fight. I will call out when you need the Ether Shield. Please make sure to use it before every raid fight. Additionally, everyone, this is where you're slotting in new action. You're gonna slot in new actions, so if you need more charges of Font of Power, Banner of Honored Sacrifice, Lost Friend, anything of the sort, please slot it in now. Cure 4s, make sure you have a full set of charges of Cure 4. The raid wights during this fight really hurt, and you're often going to have to Cure 4 even 2 times per raid wight to make sure that people stay alive. Okay, everyone has their Shell, everyone should have their Ether Shield. Please make sure to slot in your new set of actions. I'm gonna start explaining Trinity Avowed. I'm gonna go ahead and repost the link to the presentation in case you closed that tab. Go ahead and click back into it if you're a visual learner. Also, again, make sure you are in my thread. This fight has a lot of infographics I'm gonna post. Okay. So, first up, most core mechanic to Trinity Avowed, just like in normal mode, is the brand mechanic. Is the elemental temperature mechanic. This fight is all about the hots and the colds. During each major mechanic, you will be given a hot or a cold, and you will need to end up at 0 temperature. During the first set of mechanics, you will just have your normal temperature, just like in normal mode. You will just need to get hit by whatever the opposite of your temperature is in order to resolve your mechanic. So if you have a fire 2 temperature, you'll just need to get hit by an ice 2. Easy, simple, right? However, in the second half of the fight is where this temperature bit gets a little bit more complicated. You will not only get your temperatures, but you'll also get your brands. Brands apply at the end of the mechanic and will add that temperature to your temperature. And your goal is still to end at 0. However, how you get there is a little bit different. What you're going to do is you want, by the end of the mechanic, your temperature to be opposite what your brand is. So if you have Fire 2 brand, you want your temperature to be an Ice 2 temperature. By doing that, you ensure that you end up at 0 temperature. Now I'm going to go over how that relates to each mechanic individually. Just keep in mind brands exist and how to resolve them, which is by going to the opposite, which is setting your temperature to the opposite of the brand. Okay, I'm gonna go easiest to hardest. I'm gonna go easiest to hardest, so bear with me real quick. First up is the staff phase. During the staff phase, Trinity of Out is going to summon 4 meteors on the Enter Cardinals. These meteors are going to explode nearby. Notably, unlike normal mode, there will be no safe spot in the center. You're going to have to go to a meteor to resolve your temperature. There will be no safe spot in the center. During the first staff phase, you're going to need to use a quick march to go towards the meteor that resolves your temperature. This quick march sends you 2 squares. So, for example, if you were on the 3 one, that force march would be able to send you to A, B, C, or D. During the second staff phase, you will get your temperatures and a brand, and instead of being force marched to your meteor, you're gonna have to walk there while also dodging line aliens from the outside. There will only be 4 safe tiles. I will try to call them out for you as best I can, but try and look for vets who are jumping in the tiles. Now that's staff phase. Staff phase is very simple. Next up is sword phase. During the sword phase, the boss is going to go untargetable. It's going to summon the 3 clones of itself, and it and all 3 clones will all be slashing. There will be 1 spot that is going to hit by 0 slashes. That spot is either going to be the 1 tile, the 2 tile, the 3 tile, or the 4 tile. I will call which spot is getting hit by no slashes as the safe spot. So for example, if I say that 1 is safe, then that 1 tile is getting hit by no swords. In order to resolve your mechanic, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go cardinal of that square towards this side that is getting hit with your temperature that you need. So for example, if 1 is the safe square, then I would be safe going north of 1 to 4, to the west of 1, or to 2. If at any point you go diagonal of the safe square, you will get hit by 2 swords and immediately die. Please make sure that you are not going diagonal of the safe square in any way. If 1 is the safe square, do not even look at 3, do not even look at me, do not even look at the east tile, and do not even look at the far northwest tile. You can look at Trinity Avowed, but there are 4 of her, so try not to get your eyes crossed too much. If you would like a visual overhead of how this plays out, please look in my thread. There is a short video that shows you an overhead visual example. Now, I'll give you a little secret for Swords games, okay? What you're gonna need to do, what I'm gonna tell you, if you're new, here's what I'm gonna recommend you do, okay? During the first set of slashes, don't do anything except go to the safe tile, okay? So if I say that 1 is safe, during the first set of slashes, just go to that safe tile. That gives you a chance to see in-game what all is going to happen, where all is going to get slashed, and then you can use the second set of slashes to resolve your temperature. So again, if you're new, pro tip, just don't resolve your temperature till the second set of slashes. But that only works for the first set of swords. For the second set of swords, you're going to have temperatures and your brand. During this, you may need to get hit twice, so if you have something like an Ice 2 brand and an Ice 2 temperature, you'll need to get hit by Fire 2 twice. Here's what I'm gonna recommend you do, okay? If you're new and you get to Swords 2, I'm gonna recommend that you use the first set of slashes to resolve your temperature. So if you have a Fire 2 temperature, you're gonna neutralize that to 0. Go to Ice 1 if you have a Fire 1 temperature. Then, the second set of slashes you're going to use to resolve your brand. So if your brand is something like Fire 2, you're going to go to Ice 2. Does that make sense to any new people? Just use the first, during the second sword phase, use the first set of slashes to resolve your temperature, then the second set to resolve your brand. Again, if you want a visual example of this mechanic, I recommend looking in the thread. There is a top-down animation of exactly how it plays out. Okay, finally is the bow phase. This is the one where the most new people die because it is, a little trickier than normal, let's put it that way. So during the I'm gonna put a quick overhead example of bow phase as well. This one is slightly edited to have tracers on where the arrows are going. Those won't actually be there in game, but otherwise it is a very accurate top-down view of the mechanic. There's also a graphic by Junebob himself, yes, Mr. Junebob, that shows how you can resolve your arrow and how to read the ladder time. During bow phase, there's going to be a couple mechanics like a Tink Buster, but the real mechanic starts with a wall of fire. During the first bow phase, you're going to need to force march away from the wall of fire. During the second bow phase, you're going to need to run from the wall of fire. The wall of fire will one-shot you if you were standing in it when it propagates, so make sure you were far against the wall, opposite the wall of fire. After that starts the bow game, or starts the pipe game. There are going to be 5 arrows and 5 endpoints. Every arrow is going to take every turn in the path, so if an arrow can take a right or left when it's going down, it will. You can use your mouse to trace down the arrow, taking every turn right or left that is possible. And you're going to want to go where the arrow you need ends. So for example, if I need a Fire 2 arrow, I would trace it down, see where it takes every turn, and stand where it will end. By the way, wiggle around, don't get AFK kicked, very important. Oh, by the way, how's your dual buff looking? Okay, we'll be quick. Yeah, we'll be quick. But yeah, that's the first bow phase. During the second bow phase, it's a lot. Quite honestly, during second bow phase, you're probably gonna die. I'll tell you what is gonna happen. There's gonna be a force march. You're gonna get a brand and a temperature. You're gonna need to find the arrow that resolves your brand and your temperature, and then force march to it 2 squares. It's a lot. Good luck is all I can kind of tell you, and that's kind of the fight as a whole. If you're new, this is probably going to be your biggest wall. This is where you're most likely to die several times. As a reminder, if at any point you die in the fight, please do not go AFK. Even if your Rephraser does not proc, there are healers who can arise you with LB3 or arises. The force march sends you 2 squares. So for example, if I was on the C square and I force marched to the right, I would descend here, and then here, and I would end up here. Ninjas are like 2.1, 2.2. If you sprint, it is 3 squares, and if you get impetus, that person gets banned, but also you get 4 squares. With that said, that is all the mechanics of TA. It is a lot to take in. If you're new, this is probably where you die. Again, if you die, remember not to go AFK. If you do re-raise, walk out of what killed you, and then pop a new re-raise. Once you're ready, come stand on the C waymark. As a reminder, no one except William Drake should have their stances on. William Drake is the only one who should have their stances on. Yep, the march, all of the force marches can do the same distance. There's a force march during the bow phase as well as the meteor phase. I assume force march since you RP walk, I assume force march RP walk just makes you run, but Yeah, I'll tell you. I will call as much as I can for you. Pretty much the only thing I cannot call for you is where exactly to stand, because there are 4 different spots. How do I tell if what is mirrored? The buffets or... Oh, the arrows. Okay. So during the buffets, one side will be higher, the left or the right. If it's left side high, it is normal mode. If it's if it's left side high, it is the normal pattern. Right side is the inverted pattern. I'll try and call normal or inverted, but I don't really call it. I think it's not really that useful. I think it's the worst way to resolve it, but just try and trace it down with your mouse cursor. That's gonna be your best way. Yeah. Pretty much every vet just kind of traces the lines, or eventually just learns it like by doing it 100 times. Okay. Seems like everyone is ready. I'm gonna start a 30-second countdown. As a reminder, you were using lost actions. You were using as much damage as possible. Tanks, if you were the Ether Shield tank, please have Ether Shield slotted. Okay. Again, we're gonna use big openers. We want as much damage as possible. Get ready to open with lost action. Tanks, make sure you have Ether Shield. Don't use too much of it at the start. All tanks should get in front of the boss with William. All tanks get in front of the boss with William. Pop a couple pieces of it. This will hit 3 of us. As soon as this goes off, stack with your party members. Stack with your party members and Ether Shield and mitigate. Make sure to pop your Ether Shield. It is big damage coming out. Here, of course, make sure to heal everyone up. You may need 2 uses. Duelist has aggro plus per go. We are getting away from the boss. Get away from the boss. Melee conclude until right about now. And get back in on the boss. We are getting behind the boss. Get behind the boss towards the center of the arena. Swords first, Wampum. After this, get in front of the boss. Get in front of the boss. Get in front of the boss. The boss is going untargetable in just a moment. Use whatever burst you have left. Get in front of the boss. Boss is going untargetable and is going to reposition. Use whatever burst you have left. You have about 15 seconds. You're going to get your temperature, and boss is going to spawn her throne. Again, you people, just go to the safe spot for your first set of slashes. Don't worry about trying to resolve on the first set. Our first safe spot is on 4. Get to 4 to be safe. You can resolve Cardinal of 4 if you are on 2, that is instant death. Perfect, I will call the next safe spot. Next safe spot is on 1. 1 is safe. Make sure to resolve Cardinal of 1. If you're on 3, you are instantly dead. If you're Diagonal of 1, you are instantly dead. Get to 1 to be safe. Boss comes back with a raid line. Tanks, make sure to Ether Shield and mitigate this raid line. Raid line is a big damage. Ether Shield and mitigate for your party. Next up is going to be stop phase. We're going to get away at the flash of light. Casters can reposition out now. Casters can get out now. Melee can they see the flash of light. That means right about now. Get out, get out, get out. And feel free to get back in. Next up, you're going to get your hot and cold. Go ahead and stack up in the center of the arena. Stack up in the center of the arena. You're going to get your quick march as well. This quick march is going to be used to go to your meter. Make sure to stack up in the center. Pop some light regions, light shields. Find your meter and get force march to it. Don't worry about breathing, do not breathe for uptime. Get force march to your meteor. Your life is worth more than a GCP. And get back in on the boss. Tanks, get ready to Ether Shield and mitigate. Tanks, get ready to Ether Shield and mitigate if you're Ether Shield. Instead, please slot in an Ether Shield. Big Ether Shield. Tier 4s heal everyone back up. That bleed tick is going to kill. Everyone else can get south of bleed. Everyone else can get behind the boss. Get behind the boss. Get behind the boss now. All tanks get in front of the boss. All tanks get in front of the boss. Get in front of the boss now. All tanks pop a couple pieces of net. Everyone is going to get force march to either B or D. I will tell you which one. Check your force march. Check which way to go. Check which way it's going. We're going to get. Make sure you're force marching towards B. Or force march to B. Force march to B now. Healers, if you see someone die in the firewall, please rescue them out if they're re-raise or paused. Rescue out anyone in the firewall, please re-raise or paused. Going to get your temperature. This is a normal pattern of left side high. Check your temperature, find your arrow. Go stand where it is going to end. Arrows are resolving now. Remember, if you die to pop any re-raisers. Point the boss towards the center of the arena, ether shield and mitigate. Ether shield and mitigate. Ether shield and mitigate. Your force, make sure to heal up your parties. Point the boss towards the center of the arena, please. Everyone get in front of the boss. Boss is facing south, get in front of the boss. Get in front of the boss, boss is facing south. Make sure to heal everyone back up who got hit. Boss is going on target in about 20 seconds. At this time, you're getting both a temperature and a brand. Remember what I recommended? Resolve your temperature with the first slash and your brand with the second. Here comes the clones. She is going away in just a second. Remember to focus on resolving your mechanic. Our first safe spot is on 4. Get to 4 to be safe. Cardinal of 4 to resolve. If you are on 2, you are instantly dead. If you're on 2, you are instantly dead. 2 is insta-dead. Our next safe spot is on 3. Get to 3 to be safe. Get Cardinal of 3 to resolve. If you are on 1, you are instantly dead. 1 is insta-death. 3 to be safe. Tanks, get ready to ether shield and mitigate. Tanks, get ready to ether shield and mitigate. If both your healers are down, please mark them. Ether shield and mitigate. Cure 4s, big heals going out now. Big heals, don't let big TX skip people. Next up, we're going to get away from the boss. Casters can reposition away from the boss. And feel free to get back in on the boss. You're going to get your temperature and a brand. You're going to need to find the meter that resolves your temperature and your brand and walk to it. There will be line AoEs to resolve at the same time. If both your healers are dead, please mark them. As soon as this mechanic resolves, we are going to be using healer LB3. Back up in the center of the arena. Find the meter that resolves your temperature. The safe spots are the outer green squares. The outer green squares east and west are safe. Outer green squares east-west are safe. Back in on the boss. Healers, if you have LB3, use it now. Tanks, ether shield and mitigate. Ether shield and mitigate now. Next up, we can get behind the boss. Get behind the boss now. This is still a potential clear. Get behind the boss. Boss is repositioning. Get south of 3 behind the boss. South of 3 behind the boss. Still a potential clear. Use whatever you have. We're going to get cardinal or inner cardinal of the boss. We're getting cardinal or inner cardinal. Let's see which one. Get to the sides of boss. Get to the sides of the boss, left, right. Get to the left, right of the boss. Press sprint and run to B as soon as the lines resolve. Wait for lines and run to B. Run to B now. Perfect. Let's kill the boss. Focus on killing the boss. You're gonna get a temperature, a brand, and a force line. Try to kill the boss. It's a potential kill before they split off. Just kill the boss. Beautiful job. Congratulations. At this time, be careful of going ahead. Grab your personal spoils. If you're a vet, don't go do the thing. We're gonna have new people do the thing. Healers, again, stand on the body before you arise somewhere. Stand on the body before you arrive, and if this is your first time clearing tree, allow to come back to the Seaway Marker. there is no more seaway marker, come back to the four-way marker. If you never killed Trinity about, come to the four-way marker. We're gonna do something a little bit special. Oh, that Eric Dinglefart guy is new. We gotta wait for him to get back up. Okay, go ahead and stack up on 4 once again. All bodies are alive. Okay, if you're new, follow me. If you're new, follow me. We're gonna head up here. You're gonna notice that there are these pink traps. Please do not walk into it, gather around it. Gather around the pink trap, do not walk into it. Okay, I'm gonna give you a 5-second countdown. At the end of it, please walk into the trap together. Go and walk into the trap together. And this is now a race to get towards the gate. I am unfortunately poor and have nothing to offer you. However, if someone does want to offer something for free, if you miss the trap, there are a couple others. Fun fact about this, by the way, Lollafalls are actually the tallest race with this many buff on. Yeah, this ideally nobody guy is pretty mean. We should make sure to give him something. Be careful going down the stairs as there is a set of traps down here. Be careful going down as there is a set of traps. Go through the loading zone and then do not continue forward until someone blows up the traps. Because someone will, let's be real. Stay back until all the traps are actually swept. There's an explosion on the bridge, by the way. Good job. Go ahead and walk towards the arena. Okay, welcome to Minotaur. Here's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need 1 tank on 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 tank each on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, Sapphire, do you want to solo tank that, or is this your first time? Okay, if you want to off tank, I can assign you one. Can I have another tank go to the two-way one? Perfect. No, both of you are going to co-tank. So, Sapphire, you can do the pulling. Feed pick, you're going to involve the trap. Very easy. I'll explain more about tank responsibilities in just a moment. I do also need healers. If you're willing to reflect, stand on B for deflect. If you're willing to dispel, stand on D for dispel. If you dispel here, you are also keeping it for Queen. So if you slot a dispel, please do not slot over it. Again, stand on B for reflect, D for dispel. Then in the middle if you were willing to do both. I'd like at least one more reflector, just in case. Again, using light curtains is also fine for reflecting. Just want to make sure that we have enough reflectors and dispel. Okay, we'll go with this. This is fine, probably. I trust these 5, so we should be good. You can do this with light curtain. You definitely can do this with light curtain. You just need to have enough, and ideally you want to save a couple for Queen. I mean, not really. We usually only see like 2-3 sets of orbs, so it's usually less curtains, or it's usually like less costly of that. Okay, but yeah, healers we have Reflect as well. I'm gonna go over a couple things for Stick. Real quick though, we're gonna reorganize parties. Terror is not going to make it back. So if I could have, if you're the party leader in F, if you have the little L icon next to your name, come jump on me real quick. Okay, so I need you to kick Terra from the party, and then, Eric, if you could come up here. You're gonna invite Eric Dinglefart once you kick Terra, because Terra is just not coming back. If they do, I'll invite them. Okay, that is all the party shenanigans done, hopefully. Yeah, we can just get them in Wobble's party, if they come back, so... Okay. So, with that out of the way, I'm gonna do some quick Stick explanations. First and foremost, during this fight, there's only going to be one time we use Lost Actions. If you have at least 6 charges of Lost Actions or more, you're going to use the 6 charge. You're going to use 1 charge of Flop, 1 charge of Banner, whatever. You're going to use that on the ad space. This boss has an ad space starting at 70%, and that is where the real boss is. The rest of the boss fight is not really that hard. There are a couple chances you might die, but there is no rage. Mechanics are not hard. However, the ad space is very deadly and very dangerous if anything goes wrong. Literally, all my explanations are going to be about ad space because the boss itself is literally just a striking dummy. So with that said, first of all, I'm gonna post a couple diagrams, but I'm gonna go over tank responsibilities and healer responsibilities. Tanks, your job is very simple. If you have the 1, 2, 3, 4 above your head, you are pulling your ad out. You're going to pull it out towards the far cardinals. Marked 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. And then you're going to rotate them around cardinal to cardinal clockwise. So 1 will pull towards 2, 2 towards 3, 3 towards 4, and so on. If you have the 1, 6, 3, or 4, you are also going to be sweeping your traps. There's a cast called Entrapment. As soon as this happens, you're going to need to pop your invuln and run through the zone as soon as the cast bar disappears. And you're going to pop the traps that appear. There will either be an explosion or a poison. Everyone here is a pure invuln tank, so we should be fine. But yeah. That's all the tank responsibilities really. Tanks, if you have questions, ask them, otherwise come jump on me. Yeah, even if you invuln, you still get the poison, just pop an antidote. Okay, then healers. Your job is also fairly simple. You're going to be the only ones on the ABCD inner ring that will appear, and you're going to be dispelling and reflecting the earth and fire orbs. Use your dispel to dispel the stone skin on the earth orbs, and then use any GCD to kill them. And if you are reflecting, you're going to stand under the fire orbs with your light curtain or reflect active. Everyone who is not assigned a role, that is everyone who's not a healer who is on the ABCD, and anyone who does not have a hex above their head, you all are part of the murder ball. If you did golems, you know all about this. At the start of ad space, if you do not have a role, you're going to go towards the 3-way mark and just sit there and kill whatever is brought to you. Do not leave the 3-way mark until I tell you to leave. Just kill whatever is brought to you. With that said, there are only a couple mechanics you have to resolve if you are on the murder ball. These mechanics also apply to everyone, so I'm going to make sure to go over them. First and foremost, the most deadly part is the Fateful Words mechanic. This is going to place a debuff on you, either a push or a pull, and you will need to stand in the appropriate notches. What you're going to do is you're going to check your debuff. If you have one that looks like spaghetti slurping, you're going to stand on the outside, one of the outside nooks. If you look at the ground, you'll see that there's a white part of the arena. That's going to be the safe zone. You stand on an inside nook and get pulled into an inner notch. If you are in any part of the arena that is not an inner notch, you will get pulled into a wall. If you're in any part of the arena that is not an outer notch, you're going to get pulled into a death wall. If you're in this part of the arena that is like not a notch, you're going to get pulled into a death wall. Please make sure if you have a pull debuff, you are in the outer notches. The other debuff looks like he is coming for you, he is pushing you down the stairs. That is a push debuff. You can stand on any of the inner notches. If you're not in an inner notch, you are going to get pushed into a death wall. So, quick pop quiz. Look in front of you, where do you go if you have a pull debuff? That's right, if you have a pull debuff, you're going to stand on this outer notch right here, and you're going to get sucked in towards the boss. Now, where do you go if you have a push debuff? Exactly, you want to stand on this inner notch, and you're going to push into the outer notch. And where do you go if you want to die wobble? Exactly, you stand anywhere that is not a notch, and you will die. Please ensure that you are going into the appropriate notch for this mechanic. This is the #1 way that people die. I will start manically saying, do your word, do your word, do your word, do your word. Resolve your debuff at that time. Do not focus on damage, just focus on your debuff. The push looks like it is coming for you down the stairs, pushing you down the stairs like a high school bully. The pull looks like it is sucking in spaghetti. Okay. That is the main mechanic. There are a couple other things I should note. First of all, there's a mechanic that requires you to get into any notch. This will be, you'll see a lightning line on the ground. I'll tell you to get into any notch. Just get into any notch and then spread out to avoid the puddles. There is also the trap mechanic. This is why I ask you to stay on 3. At the start of the ads phase, just stay on 3 until I tell you to move. Don't leave 3. There is no reason to leave the 3-way mark until I tell you. At this time, if you have any questions, please ask them. Otherwise, jump on the 3-way mark here. During this fight, again, you are not going to use any lost actions until the ads phase. The only time you will use lost actions is at the start of the ads phase and nowhere else. Again, please only use lost actions at the start of ads phase. Don't do any big openers until the start of ads phase. I'm going to give you all a 30-second countdown. Again, no big openers, don't start using lost actions until I tell you to use your big burst. Again, no big burst, don't need any big bursts. You can try and use your 1 minute. I recommend just using 30 seconds and nothing more. And pull the boss. Boss starts out with a tank buster. Don't be near William Drake. William, make sure you pull the apple. Perfect. Everyone go ahead and locate your arm length shirt cast. Get towards the boss and press arms length or shirt cast. Get towards the boss and press arms length or shirt cast. There's gonna be some big conals. Dodge the wax, dodge the wax. Melee, you can run through and bait these away from the range. Next up is a big point blank AoE. You're gonna get out, and away. Get away from the boss if you can gap close. You are too close to the boss. Get out, and away. And back in on the boss. Next up is going to be the Rapid Bolts mechanic. If you get a marker, take it towards the ABCD. Take it towards ABCD. Perfect. Everyone get to the 3-way mark. Everyone get to 3. Take it in position and turn on stances. Take it in position, turn on stances. Everyone get to 3. Everyone get to 3. Big burst, kill the owl. Big burst, kill the boss. Get back to 3 now. Get back to 3. Get back to 3. Get back to 3. Tanks, you're gonna pop invuln and sweep for charge. Tanks, pop your invuln, sweep for charge. Don't leave 3. Don't leave 3 until it is swept. Trap should be swept. You're getting your words. You're getting words. Do your 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 words. The words. Get knocked back with hold. Resolve your debuffs. Do your words. Do your words. Do your words. Next up, get into a notch. Get into a notch. Any notch. Get into a notch. Any notch. Get into a notch. Any notch. Dodge the dodge the puddles. Don't get caught. Dodge the puddles. Don't get caught. And finish off the minnows. We may get another set of words, but these will not resolve immediately. Get into a notch, any notch. Get into a notch, any notch. Get into a notch, any notch. Any notch for me, get into a notch. Perfect, and kill the monk. Be careful, there's a ball of fire on D. Dodge the lightning puddles, dodge the puddles, and get back in on the balls. Next up is a light raid wide. Healers, please focus on Arising the Dead. Focus on Arising the Dead, please. Next up is Rapid Bolts. If you get a marker, take it out and away, and then get out of its puddle. If you get a marker, take it out and away, and get out of its puddle. Take puddles out and away, and get out of their puddle. Get out and away from the boss. Get all the way away from the boss. 11-11 on swing. If you can gap close, you were too close, get all the way out. And back in on the boss. Next up is 2 more sets of Rapid Bolts. Take these out and away and get out of their puddles. 1 more set of Rapid Bolts, take them out and away. After this, everyone else can stack up together. Stack up together and get away from proximity. Get away from proximity, about half the arena away is safe. As soon as this goes off, get in towards the boss. Get in towards the boss and dodge whack. Dodging whack is your number 1 and only priority right now. Again, focus on a rising if you're a healer. Next up is a tank buster. Stay away from me unless you really don't want to. Pop arms length sure cast. Arms length sure cast now and dodge wax. Melee can run through to bait them away. Bait wax away from the range. Bait wax away from the range. Again, healers focus on a rising. Next up is a raid lion. Here comes that raid lion. And boss is dead. Very good job. Okay. At this time, do not go ahead. Do not go ahead just quite yet, okay? Are there any tanks who have sacrifice? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use sacrifice to get William up. William, you're gonna use sacrifice. Are you an Aether Shield tank? Cool. Okay, I'm gonna sacrifice William up. I got Doom. GG's. Beautiful. Okay, William, if you want to sacrifice for someone. Mark who you're gonna sacrifice, they don't get a rise. Again, William, mark who you're gonna you sacrifice ons, they don't get arisen. Okay, don't arise the triangle, they're gonna get sacrificed. Never mind, just sacrifice for Draco. Again, don't use arises on someone who's about to get sacrificed. You're just wasting charges. Go and sacrifice them again, like... Perfect, no doom. Awesome. 2 more bodies to get up. If you're a healer with arises, please use them now. All arises must go. This is a liquidation sale. If you have any more arises left over, this is where you use them. They are reconnected. There's just 1 body left. Make sure to pick them up. Okay, perfect. At this time, feel free to grab your personal spoils and go on ahead. Managed to get everyone up. Very nice. Go on ahead and grab your personal spoils. Okay. So, go ahead and watch your cutscene. Spoiler alert, I think it's actually the same as normal hood, but once you're at the Queen Arena, please stay behind the purple line until you have Shell 2 applied to you. Once you have Shell 2 applied, please step across the purple line. Thanks, you're going to slot over your lost ether shield, so start applying it. Thanks, slot over your lost ether shield, start giving out Shell. Once everyone in your party has Shell, feel free to slot over it with an ether shield. Once you have Shell, please cross the purple line. Again, once you have Shell, please cross the purple line. I'll worry about I'll worry about rephrases in just a second, but get your Shell and then go across the purple line. Once you have Shell, go cross the purple line. Once you have Shell, go cross the purple line. Is there anyone who does not have Shell who wants it? Okay, at this time, if you are new, please come to the 4-way mark if you need another re-raise. If you are new, come stand on the 4-way mark for an application of lost re-raise. I have 2 charges they can give out. Wobble has 2 charges they can give out. If you need a lost re-raise given to you, come stand on the 4-way mark. Once you have it, please make sure to move away. Okay, mine are given out. If anyone else has charges of lost re-raise, please give it out to people on the 4-way mark. If you have lost re-raises, please give it out to people on the 4-way mark. If you already have a re-raiser, please don't stand on 4. If you would like, if you have a mimic and can give out re-raises, or want to give out re-raises, I have a BR re-raise. Okay, I have BR re-raise if you want to get that. Got 2 more charges. I would tell you to focus on the tier 4s, but don't let that bias you. Okay, I believe that is all the re-raisers we have to get out. Real quick, as a reminder, please make sure to slot your ether shield. If you are a tank, slot it over your shell or your re-raise, whichever. Oh, I just slotted over my re-raise. Rip. Yeah, that's fine. I'd rather have another sack just in case. Okay. So, welcome to Queen. Queen is, most of Queen, you will not have to resolve anything yourself. As long as you can listen to callouts, you will probably be fine. With that said, I'm gonna put a square on myself. I recommend if you are new to focus target the square. For pretty much every mechanic, you can just follow the square. The reason I tell you to focus target is with this many people, there's a good chance that if I'm in the middle of the pack, you don't even see the square. So make sure you focus target the square if you want an easy way to just follow instructions. Said, there are a couple mechanics I cannot stand on for you. However, I will call them out for you. Literally everything in this fight will be called for you. All you have to do is listen to comments. The only things you will have to read are pretty much just debuffs. There are... During the major mechanic of this fight Super Chess, there will be debuffs that are given out to all players. You will get 2 of the following debuffs. There's a 2 debuff, a 3 debuff, and a 4 debuff. You will need to add them together. So if you get a 2 and a 3, you will have a total of 5. If you get a 3 and a 4, you will have a total of 7. And if you get a 2 and a 4, you will have a total of 6. I will call where to stand based on each total. So for example, I might say something like 5s to 4, 6s to the corner, 7s to 3. What that means is that if you have a 5, you're going to stand on this 4-way marker. If you have a 6, you're going to stand on this tile in the corner, and if you have a 7, you're going to stand on the 3. That's pretty much the only mechanic you really need to pay attention for. Past that, it's just listening to callouts. Yeah. One last thing I'm gonna go over. Okay. It will not be consistent. I will tell you where to stand based on your debuff. You're gonna add up your debuffs. For example, add up your 2 and your 4, you get a total of 6. Then you just go to where I tell you to stand if you're a 6. Another example might be something like 5s to D, 6s to the corner, 7s to 3. It will change based on the pattern of Super Chess. I will tell you where to stand, just don't worry about it. Listen to callouts and you'll be fine. Vets may also want to mark themselves so that new people know where to stand. There's only one other mechanic that I really need to explain, and that is also, and that is the light curtains. I asked everyone to bring at least 2 light curtains with them. You should have at least 2 light curtains in your inventory. Do not use them yet, do not use them yet. What you're going to do is drag them onto your hotbar. These can be used from your hotbar like a normal skill or a cooldown. These are going to be activated about halfway through the fight and towards the end of the fight, because there are going to be some orbs that do huge explosions. I will try and call out where your orbs will spawn, but if you have a light curtain, just pop your light curtain and stand under an orb and you will be safe. If there are any questions, please ask them. Otherwise, come stand on the 3 tile and jump. If you have any questions, again, please ask them. Otherwise, come to the 3 tile. Okay, seems like we are all ready. Sancti, do you have any questions? Okay, perfect. At this time, use your last thing of raid food. This is the last thing you'll need to use for the rest of the instance. Get ready to use your potions, get ready to do big openings. Additionally, please make sure that if you are not William Drake, you have your tank stance off. If you are not William Drake, turn off your tank stance. Okay, I'm gonna set a 30-second countdown. Again, get ready to do big damage. You can walk up to about here. This is about as far as you should go. Get ready to do big damage. Tanks, please make sure you have ether shield slotted. The raid wights during this fight hurt so much. They're very, very deadly. You don't want to get hit by them without ether shield. Tier 4s also be on top of your game. And get ready for big openings. Main tanks stand with us. Main tank, please don't turn back to us. Tanks, get ready to ether shield and mitigate. Tanks, ether shield and mitigate. Ether shield and mitigate. Again, William, you can stand with us. Next up is our first chest mechanic. I will tell you where it's safe. If you hear me rambling about some stuff before I kill a safe spot, don't worry. I'm not calling markers, I'm calling rows and columns. Okay, unsafe. Okay, let's see where we are going. We're gonna see where this sends us. We are going towards the east. Stand between the 1 and the B, stand between the 1 and the B. Between the 1 and the B is safe, right here where I am jumping. If you're in the row with the B, you are getting hit. You can stay right here if you would like uptime. Feel free to stay right here, we're going to the middle column. Perfect, next up is our first tank buster, where you'll get ready to mitigate. Cleanse and slash, please make sure invuln. Tanks, get ready to ether shield and mitigate. After this is a raid line. Everyone can come and stack up, get ready to ether shield and mitigate. Ether shield and mitigate now. Perfect. Your force, make sure to heal up that bleed. Big ticking damage. Boss is about to disappear. Here comes Super Chance. I'm going to tell you to look towards the north or the south for just a second. Go and stand in the center of your arena. We're going to be turning our cameras towards the south. Turn your cameras south. Wall is unsafe. Back is safe. 5 stand on 1. 6s stand to the right of them, south below A. 7 stand to the right of them. 7's on the square back here. 6 is in between the 1 and the 7s, and 5's on 1. 7's on the 7s, 6's on the 6s, 5's on the 1. Wait for that debuff to lock in and start moving up the B column. Move until your dots disappear. Move into the B column and up the B column until your dots disappear. If you get a red spike above your head, move back. Move back if you have a red spike. Perfect. At this time, move into the safe square no matter what. Move into that big glowy tile no matter what. If you died, pop a regazer. Move into the safe square. Even if you have a big red spike, it's better to die in here than die out there. Boss is coming back with a raid line. Boss is coming back with a raid line. Get ready to ether shield and mitigate. Ether shield and mitigate for your party. Tier 4s, make sure you're healing people up. Big heals on your party. Get ready to pop your light curtains. Don't pop them just yet. I will tell you when. Pop your light curtains now, pop your light curtains now. Remember, they take a GCD. Pop light curtains now. If you don't have a light curtain, get away from C, get towards B. Pop your light curtains, stand under C. Get into the bubble at C and start to stun. Okay. Such is our first room. Let's play mechanics. Going to be clean spark mechanics. Check for a tether now. Check for a tether now. Check for a tether. If you are tethered, you're going to slowly wind west of crackly lightning. The wave will be sent to a cardinal direction. We are heading towards the west. Head towards the D way marker. Tethers to wind west of purple. Feathers to wind, rest purple. Drop GCDs and point your gap towards the gunner in the northbound. Now point your gap to a turret on the wall. Gap to a turret on the wall. Back in on the bars. Next up is our second tank buster. Make sure to invert it. The boss is going untargetable. Hold your 2 minutes, hold your 2 minutes. Don't use your 2 minute burst, hold your 2 minutes. Hold your 2 minutes, don't use your 2 minute bombs. The boss is about to go away again. No 2 minutes, hold those. We're gonna get sent over. Go ahead and stack up in the center of the arena. Stack up in the center of the arena. Okay, we're getting knocked towards... First pattern, get knocked towards the 3-way marker. Get knocked towards the 3-way marker. Knock towards the 3-way marker. Oh god. Okay. Get diagonal of D. Corner towards D. Go stand on Eric Bingo Fart who has the square. Boss comes back with a raid wide. Get ready to eat their shield and mitigate. Eat their shield and mitigate for your parties. Get ready for big heals. Eat their shield and mitigate. Your forwards heal everyone back up. If both your heroes are dead, please mark them. If both your heroes are dead, please mark them for LB, please. Here comes our second super chest mechanic. You're going to look towards the north. Turn your camera towards the north. Back is safe, wall is safe. Okay. 7s to 3s, 6s to the corner, 5s to D, 5s to D, 6s in the corner, 7s to 3. 5s to D, 6s in the corner, 7s to 3. 5s to D, 6s in the corner, 7s to 3. Wait for the Z-buffs to lock in. Wait for the numbers to appear above your head. Move into the A column, move into the 4 column until your dots disappear. Once your dots disappear, stop moving. If you get a red spike, move back. Move into the safe square no matter what. Move into that safe square no matter what. If both your healers are dead, please mark them to be sacrificed or arisen. Tanks, if you have a sacrifice for your healing. As soon as this mechanic resolves, if you have LB3, please use it. If you have healer limit break 3, please use it. Tank buster, final tank buster, pop your invuln. Healer LB3 if you have it, get everyone off the ground. Everyone can stack up on the A-way marker. Stack up on the A-way marker once you come back to life. Stack up on A. Please mark your healers if they are both dead. We're gonna stack up on A. Staying under the night that drops on us. We're gonna be staying under the night towards the north, south, east, or west. Stay under the night towards the east. Stay under the night towards the east. Under the night towards the east. And then dodge normal mode bouncing bullet turrets. You should be safe on the square. Stand on the square to be safe. Pop your light curtains now. Pop light curtains now. Light curtains now. If you don't have one, stand on C. If you don't have a light curtain, stand on C. Get into a bubble. Get into a bubble. Any bubble. Get into a bubble. Any bubble. Here comes our final relentless play mechanic. Locate your arms length cast, eat their shield and mitigate. You'll need arms length cast for this next mechanic. Your force make sure to heal everyone off. Oh, we could also just kill the boss. Kill the boss near mechanic. Okay, sorry about that one missed call. Congratulations on all of you for your games. At this time, don't leave the instance just yet. If you were live, grab your personal spoilers. If you were a tank who has sacrifice, please slot it in. You're going to be sacrificing for people who are dead, and Wobble needs to mimic a sacrifice. If you're a tank with Mimic, you can mimic Wobble for a sacrifice. If you have rises, now is the time to use them. Okay, I'm gonna do my little spiel. First of all, make sure you grab your chest. Make sure you grab your chest. It is right by the exit. That chest is going to give you a minion, it's going to give you a couple of fragments, and it's going to give you a full augment. This full augment can be used to upgrade one augmented Bojin piece, as well as a Laws Order piece to a Augmented Laws Order piece. Very expensive, but it gives you an extra case per piece. Additionally, you get a little minion, you get a couple of fragments. Very cute, very nice. You also, by clearing, have earned yourself a Cerberus. Go into your achievements menu, and once you leave the instance, you can claim yourself your Cerberus horn. If you would like to go on more runs, there is a run right now happening on Primal. The box is the full augment. But yeah, if you would like to get your DRS cleared role in your server, go to role request. You can post a picture of yourself with your username on your doc mount, and you can get that special role for you. That'll let you know when any group clears are happening. But yeah, if you would like to go on more DRS runs, there is DRS basically every day across the name. There's a scheduled event that I'm currently maintaining. Let me get our link to that actually. But there's also a run happening literally right now over on Primal. So if you would like to join that, I recommend you join PB. It is in Intro and Rules. It's the Primal server. They're having a re-clear. It is a little more strict as far as action requirements go. But now that you've cleared, you are eligible to join. They'll teach you pretty much everything you need. Also, healers, please try and get these people up, especially Kamiko, they are new.
Does anyone have a sacrifice or a mimic? Because if you mimic sacrifice off me, you can get a sacrifice, and I can
Yeah,
mimic
I
it
got
back
a
off
mimic
you.
right now. I got a mimic still in my slot. Who has sacrifice right now?
Wobble.
Okay, Wobble. Let me get Wobble. Where's Wobble?
Chain one.
Okay.
But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I see you.
thank you all so
I
much
got
for
you.
coming out. I love running DRS. I can't do DRS without other people who want to do DRS. So
Alright,
if you want to go on
who's
more runs, again, I recommend checking out the servers all across NA. Check that calendar. I keep it updated basically as soon as I link up everything.
Okay. I got them.
And yeah, make sure to come out on more runs. It's a lot of fun.
Please come to Ron PB.
Oh, I got that.
We need bodies, and
Yeah.
we'll dumpster the instance in
Should I
about an
leave? Should I
hour.
sleep?
Hey, I want to head to that, and I'm bringing a friend. Where's the information in the Discord for it? Oh, I see it right now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
PB, yeah, if you want to join that, make sure you join PB. Check out the DRS recruiting channel. Again, the holsters are a little more strict than mine, but using those holsters, you can kill bosses in about 3 to 4 minutes usually. Bosses die so quick, you don't even need 3 lasers. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I'll head over for that. We're trying to tag or something.
I don't see anybody in the voice chats over there because I'm already in the Discord.
We
Yeah,
aren't.
usually-
We don't bother joining until we get enough people to enter.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm sorry, like my nerves are a little fried right now. I'm like super excited.
Man. I'm the only one that's going to leave, dead, right?
That's correct.
Well, it's a good thing I got my chest beforehand.
You can run while you're doomed. It doesn't kill you instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, thank you all so much for coming out. Come on more
Yeah,
DRS
don't
runs. They're a
worry.
lot of fun. Bring your friends.
Thank
get
you
them
so
there.
much.
Oh.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you, Paul.
honestly.
Like you are amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Holy shit, that was close.
Thank you all so much for coming out, and I hope to see you on more DRS.